What if your choices were never really yours? What if the decisions you make, what to eat, who to love, what to believe, are not acts of freedom, but carefully shaped reactions to a past you never truly examined? We grow up being told we are free, that we choose our lives, we are the masters of our destiny. But deep beneath that idea lies one of the greatest philosophical and spiritual questions of all time. Do we really have free will? Let's begin with the basics. Free will is the belief that human beings can make choices independent of any external cause, that you could have chosen otherwise in any given moment. It feels intuitive, doesn't it? You chose to click on this video. You can choose to stop watching. You can choose what to wear, what to eat, what to think. Stop and ask yourself, why did you choose those things? Where did the thoughts come from? Why do you prefer coffee over tea, silence over noise, one path over another? Is it truly you choosing? Or were you simply responding to an invisible combination of conditioning, personality, trauma, memory, mood, genetics, and something even deeper? Neuroscience has shown that decisions are often made in the brain before we are consciously aware of them. Studies by Benjamin Libet and others suggest that what we call a decision is actually a post-event rationalization. The brain acts, and the mind explains. In other words, your consciousness is not the decision maker, it's the narrator. And that narrator believes it's in charge. But perhaps it's just watching the play unfold. Now let's turn to ancient spiritual teachings. In Hinduism, the concept of karma suggests that our current life is shaped by past actions, not just in this life, but in previous ones. Our tendencies, desires, even relationships may not be new choices, but echoes of a soul's long journey. In Buddhism, the illusion of a separate, autonomous self is seen as the root of suffering. If there is no independent self, then who exactly is choosing? What we call I is just a bundle of impressions, habits, and mental patterns. In Sufism, the surrender to the divine will is considered the path to liberation. The ego may believe it's choosing, but the awakened heart knows it is being moved by something greater. Much of what we call choice is actually conditioning. So, is free will a lie? Not quite. But perhaps it's misunderstood. Think about it. Your name was given to you. Your language was taught to you. Your religion, your culture, your values, your fears, even your taste in music, all shaped by your environment. And yet, we carry those influences like badges of identity, convinced they are ours. The brain forms neural pathways over time, habits of thought, emotion, and behavior. These become grooves, like tracks in snow, that the mind naturally follows. The more you repeat a thought, the more real it feels. So again, ask, are you choosing, or are you simply repeating? Here's where it gets mystical. Many spiritual traditions say this world is a stage-on unfolding dream, already written in the timeless dimension of consciousness. You are both the actor and the script, the experiencer and the experience. The question is, how aware are you of the role you're playing? When you're unconscious, life feels like fate. Things happen to you. You react, struggle, survive. But when you begin to awaken, when you become aware of your own patterns, something miraculous happens. You begin to have space. You begin to respond instead of react. You begin to make choices with awareness. And that is where free will is born. Not in the absence of causes, but in the light of conscious presence. True free will isn't about choosing chocolate over vanilla. It's not about career paths or turning left instead of right. It's about this. Can I choose awareness over autopilot? Can I pause before I repeat the past? Can I see clearly before I act? In that sacred pause, that conscious breath, lies the doorway to freedom. From a mystical perspective, the soul's freedom doesn't mean control over external life. It means liberation from inner compulsion. When you are no longer ruled by ego, fear, wounds, or desires, when you act from stillness, from love, from truth, that is free will. And it is rare. It takes deep work. It takes courage. It takes letting go of who you think you are. But when it arises, it is beautiful, because in that moment, you are not just a product of your past. You are a vessel for something eternal. So are you really making choices? Yes, but only to the degree that you are conscious. The more you awaken, the more you see the illusion. And the more you see the illusion, the more freedom becomes real. Free will is not the power to do whatever you want. It is the power to be aware of why you want it. To act, not from compulsion, but from clarity. And perhaps in the deepest sense, true freedom is not in choosing, but in remembering. You were never separate. You were never in control. You were always the sky, watching the clouds pass by.